Shalom and good evening. This is TV7 Israel News broadcasting to you from Jerusalem. And in today's top stories. A year after world powers signed a nuclear agreement with Iran, the dispute between Israel and the U.S. administration on that issue has yet to end, as Defense Minister Lieberman compares the nuclear agreement to the Munich Accords with Nazi Germany. More than 1 million Turks gathered for a rally in Istanbul called by President Recep Tayyip Erdogan to denounce a failed coup attempt, a show of strength staged in the face of Western criticism of widespread purges and detentions. The Islamic State group claims responsibility for Saturday's terror attack in Belgium, in which 2 policewomen were injured. A year after the P5+1 that consists out of the United States, Russia, China, France, Britain plus Germany signed a nuclear agreement with the Islamic Republic of Iran, the dispute between Israel and the U.S. administration on that issue has yet to end. Following remarks made by U.S. President Barack Obama in which the American leader said that even Israel, which had opposed a nuclear agreement with Iran more than any other country, recognized that the Iranians were keeping the accord, Israel's Defense Minister Avigdor Lieberman released a statement in which he compared the nuclear agreement with Iran to the Munich Agreement with Nazi Germany. The Defense Ministry's statement reads, "The Israeli security establishment believes that agreements have value only when they are based on reality and have no value when the facts on the ground totally contradict those on which the agreement rests. The Munich Agreement did not prevent World War II and the Holocaust because the world leaders at the time ignored the explicit statements made by Hitler and the rest of the leadership of Nazi Germany. This is also true of Iran, which openly and explicitly declares that its goal is to destroy the State of Israel. Not only do agreements like the one that the P5+1 signed with Iran not help, they only cause damage to the uncompromising battle that must be waged against a terror state like Iran." Even though Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu released a statement on Friday night in which he said that Israel's stance on the nuclear agreement with Iran was unchanged and that both the supporters and opponents of the agreement had to cooperate in order to ensure that Iran did not violate the agreement, contend with its aggression in the region, and dismantle its global terrorist network, officials in the Prime Minister's bureau said they had no advanced knowledge of the Defense Minister's intention to issue the statement. Top officials from the Prime Minister's bureau reportedly called U.S. Ambassador to Israel Daniel Shapiro so as to provide clarifications, after which they issued a statement in an attempt at damage control, emphasizing that Prime Minister Netanyahu strongly believes that Israel has no greater ally than the United States. Meanwhile, Israeli Minister Tzachi Hanegbi, one of Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's closest allies in his cabinet, toned down the statements of Defense Minister Lieberman, yet stressed that even though the Israeli security establishment was aware that the nuclear agreement delays Iran from going nuclear for at least a decade, it is also aware that when the agreement's period of validity comes to an end, Iran will be released from all the restrictions that apply to it, and within a short period of time it will be on the threshold of obtaining a nuclear weapon. Now to a related matter, Iran has executed one of its nuclear scientists after he was convicted of spying for the United States. Nuclear scientist Shahram Amiri was detained in 2010 when he returned to the Islamic Republic from the United States. At that time, Iran accused the CIA of kidnapping Amiri, a university researcher working for Iran's Atomic Energy Organization, after he disappeared during a Muslim pilgrimage to Saudi Arabia in 2009 and later surfaced in the United States. When the Iranian scientist initially returned to Iran in 2010 and received a hero's welcome after claiming he was indeed kidnapped by American and Saudi agents.
"I was abducted in Medina in front of my hotel by US and Saudi intelligence agents. Then I was transferred to an unknown location in Saudi Arabia."
Shortly after his return, the Iranian nuclear scientist was arrested after a U.S. official said in 2010 that Washington had received useful information from Amiri. Now, following the execution, the Iranian news agency IRNA quoted a court spokesman as saying that Amiri gave vital information about the country to the enemy through his United States connections. Now to Turkey, where more than 1 million Turks gathered in Istanbul yesterday for a rally called by President Recep Tayyip Erdogan to denounce a failed coup attempt, a show of strength staged in the face of Western criticism of widespread purges and detentions. The protest titled the Democracy and Martyrs Rally at the Yenikapi parade ground on the southern edge of Istanbul's peninsula marks the climax of 3 weeks of nightly demonstrations by Erdogan supporters, many wrapped in the red Turkish flag, in squares around the country. Banners read, "You're a gift of God, Erdogan," or "Order us to die and we will do it," has also seen the first time in decades that major opposition parties joined a rally in support of the government in the nation of more than 80 million people. Turkish Prime Minister Binali Yildirim told the rally that US-based cleric Fethullah Gulen would be brought to Turkey to pay the price for the coup attempt, even though Washington rejected Ankara's demand.
15 Temmuz gecesi milletimize zehir eden terör örgütü lideri FETÖ Türkiye'ye gelecek, hesabını verecektir.
Gulen, an ally of Erdogan in the early years after his Islamist-rooted AK faction took power in 2002, denies the charges against him and has denounced the coup, which came at a critical time for a NATO frontline state facing Islamist terror attacks from across the border in Syria and an insurgency by Kurdish rebels. Erdogan, a polarizing figure seen by opponents as intolerant of dissent, had invited the heads of the secularist and nationalist main opposition factions to address the crowds in a display of national unity in defiance of Western criticism.
Şaibeli tüm sınavları, tüm işlemleri gözden geçirmeliyiz. Bu örgütün gayrimeşru şekilde elde ettiği güçle dizayn etmek istediği siyaseti, medyayı, iş dünyasını yeniden kendi tabii seyrine oturtmalıyız.
Erdogan also took the opportunity to criticize Germany for not allowing him a video link to a rally in Germany of his supporters after German authorities prevented him from addressing a rally in Cologne, prompting Ankara to summon Germany's charge d'affaires.
Orada mitinge bağlanacaktım. Bağlatmadılar. Olumsuz karar verdiler. Hani demokrasi? Ama Kandil'dekilere video konferansla yayın yaptırdılar.
Now in other news, the Islamic State claimed responsibility for a terror attack in Belgium in which 2 policewomen were injured. The incident occurred on Saturday afternoon in the Belgian city of Charleroi. At its main police station, a 33-year-old man from Algerian descent attacked the policewoman with a machete while yelling Allahu Akbar. The attacker was shot and succumbed to the injury a short time later in the hospital. One of the police officers is suffering from deep wounds to her face, while the other is in light condition. Belgium and its capital Brussels, which houses European Union institutions and the headquarters of NATO, are currently on a security alert level of 3 out of the maximum number 4, signifying a possible and probable threat. Thank you for watching us. You can also watch us at TV7israelnews.com or TV7.fi. For any comments, please send your emails to israelnews@tv7.fi. For more updates from Israel and the region, please join our Facebook page at TV7 Israel News. Praying for the peace of Israel and the peace of Jerusalem. Jonathan Hassan, have an Erev Tov and Shavua Tov, and we will see you again tomorrow at the same time.
In order to donate to TV7 Israel News, please follow these simple steps. First, press the Donate logo, located at the bottom left side of TV7 Israel News Facebook page, or on the Donate tab at the head of the page. Then insert the amount you'd like to donate, and fill in your credit card information. Just like this. And press Review Donation and continue. After reviewing your donation details, please press Donate to finalize your donation. That's it! Your donation is now complete, and an email with your donation details has been sent to your email address. You can also print your donation receipt by pressing the link here. Thank you for supporting TV7 Israel News.